My name is Nursemesra. Today I am going to teach the most interesting and also very interesting poem, Oft in the Stilly Night. Oft in the Stilly Night by Thomas More. Just warm up. Warm up is otherwise known as pre-reading activities. Means what just we are going to collect or gather or accumulate from beginning till end. It is given already in the warm up. The most so-called gist and essence of the entire presentations. That's what we call as warm-up or pre-reading activities. Just I am going through. Memories, sweet or bad, sweet or sad, always live with us. Yes, we cherish fond memories. Elderly people who have very little to think forward to often recall friendships and past incidents. Nostalgia haunts them. Thomas More canvasses the memories of past and present in this poem. It is one of the finest songs of More with complete adaptation of words to music and music to words along with the high quality of a poetical merit in the words. Read this poem and note how the poet longs for the days gone by and the dear ones who have passed by. So now the poem. So just after reading out the lines or stanzas, I want to just present these difficult lines using the most simplest words and expressions, so that it will help you in the long run in the sense that at the time of examination. Because if I simply just I speak or present orally describing these lines, so you can't understand. Rather, it needs to write or take note of the simplest expressions of these difficult lines, so as that it will help you in the hour of need. Oft in the stilly night, ere slumber's chain has bound me, fond memory brings the light of other days around me, the smiles, the tears of boyhood years, the words of love then spoken, the eyes that shone, now dimmed and gone, the cheerful hearts now broken. Thus in the stilly night, ere slumber's chain hath bound me, shared memory brings the light of other days around me. So here the poet speaks that just after doing a lot of works from the very daybreak till the approaching of the evening, or till the end of approaching of the evening, whenever night approaches, the poet just wants to take rest. So before taking rest, when he is going to take rest, the past memories of the poet, means the past memories here just suggest the memories of his childhood as well as youth times or youth periods, just haunts the poet's mind or knocks the poet's mind, and he never gets a scope to have a sound and beautiful sleep. So he just goes on thinking about the activities or performances or accomplishments that he had actually accomplished or done during those days, means in the whenever he was a child and whenever he was youth. So whenever he was a child, he was doing everything with his parents, and he was getting a lot of time to just play, sing, dance, dine with his parents and making merriments, and also whenever he was youth, he fell in love with a girl, and he get a lot of solace and consolation from that girl. But in due course, or in course of time, as you know that man is the victim of circumstances, time and tide wait for none. So whenever he became old, all these activities, all these sweet memories of his boyhood as well as youth times disappeared, vanished. So now he felt or became very sad and became very, very sorry. Now just I am going to take note of these lines in the most simplest, using the most simplest words and expressions, so that it will help you in the long run in the sense that at the hour of need in the sense that at the time of our examination, just simply you will just go through the lines and you will be able to understand. ରାଇଟିଂଟା କ୍ଲିୟର ଆସୁଛି ସବୁ ତ? ଲିଭେଇ ଦେଉଛି ଉପରକୁ ଲେଖୁଛି। So it is all about the simplest expressions, or what we call it as the lines that one can understand better than the lines that we come across in the poem. So here ओडिया कही दूसरी ये कवि दिन सारा अत्यधिक परिश्रम कर क्लांत हो पड़ी रात्र एवं जो साधारणतः मनुष्य शोवा जाते 10टा 11टा से कवि शोवा जाती निद होनी कारण रात्रि संपूर्ण काम एंड क्वाइट पीसफुल एटमॉस्फेयर सो साइलेंस इज परवासिव एवरीवेयर और साइलेंस परवेड्स एवरीवेयर दैट इज पिन ड्रॉप साइलेंस इज हार्ड एवरीवेयर तुम कवि निद होनी से समय कविंकर पुराणा स्मृति पिलादिन स्मृति एवं युवक अवस्थार स्मृति कविंकर मन पड़ी कवि कौन कर से पिलादिन स्मृति की मन पकई केमी बेले बेले दुख आसे से बेले बेले सुख आसे से दुख सुखर स्मृति की कवि मन पकई चली कि कवि निद होनी कौन ना छोट बेले केमती कवि माने पिला सहित खेलुले हसुले नाचुले एवं दुष्ट होते एवं क्लास सार मान दुष्ट माड़ खाई युवक अवस्था केमी कवि जो बयस बढ़ी जाइए बिकम ए कॉलेज गोइंग बॉय परहाप्स इन दैट स्टेज और स्टेट से केमी प्रेम पढ़ी लेना बोली गोटे झील प्रेम कवि पढ़ी सहित प्रेमालाप कर सहित मजा मौजलिस कर कवि हृदय से माने हिज जॉयस न्यू नो बाउंड्स माने आनंद सीमा नहीं पुणी कवि कौन कहते ना से समय पुणी चली जा कवि बुढ़ा हो जाती आउ से प्रेम ना से कि जो युवक अवस्था कवि केमती बहुत सांग मान सहित मजा मजलिस कर सांग मान सहित गीत बोली सांग मान सहित खेली सांग मान सहित पार्टी पिकनिक जाइए सांग मान सहित एमती केते मजा थटा काम कर से समय आज आउ ना से समय चली जाइए कविंकर से प्रेम भी ना से जो प्रेम लेना सहित जो जस्ट फेल इन लव विथ गर्ल कॉल्ड लेना एंड ही सी लव्ड हर मच एंड ही लव्ड हर द मोस्ट सो से प्रेम ना that love has already been disappeared. That girl never comes and stands in front of him and pats his back or assures him or gives him some sort of consolation, and always that girl was giving him encouragement and inspiration. But as time passed, man, the victim of circumstances, with the passage of time, everything has been changed. Now the poet doesn't get a scope or doesn't get an opportunity to share with his other friends as he was sharing in his boyhood times. And also now he isn't getting a scope to meet his beloved called Lena. That beloved always patted his back, gave him solace and consolation, gave him encouragement and inspiration. किंतु बर्तमान सब किसी ना से प्रेम से आनंद मजा मौज सब चली जाइए कवि आखिर निद चली जाइए माने तेणु कवि बर्तमान चिंतार बसी से माने आउ निद होना एवं सब धीरे 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 सब चली जाइए कवि एमती अनिद्रा अवस्था से शोकरी से पूर्वर एवं जोटा कि पिला बेलार एवं युवक बेलार कथा को सब भावी चली. सो इट इज ऑल अबाउट दैट द सिंपलेस्ट एक्सप्रेशंस ऑफ दिस डिफिकल्ट लाइन्स that's from of this poem up to the till in end. Then now just have to switch up to the next lines. Then after I will just present the simplest expressions of this difficult line. Then after I have to speak it in Odia. Whenever I remember all the friends so linked together, I have seen around me all fall like leaves in winter weather. I feel like one who treads alone, some banquet hall deserted, whose lights are fled, whose garlands dead, and all but he departed. Thus in the stilly night, ere slumber's chain has bound me, sad memory brings the light of other days around me. Here the poet speaks that just whenever fortune favors, a time is there, I just go on pondering over the previous or past matters, or the past incidents, or my past memories. What happens? I just go on thinking about my friends and their friendships, how it occurred, the most beautiful and sweet manner, how it happened. So what I feel now, that I never feel the intimacy or harmonious understanding of feelings of my previous friends. Now they are no more with me. Previously they were coming and we were sharing with each other in the every field of our activity. But nowadays they are not coming. They have already disappeared. They have already gone. Just like whenever winter comes, the leaves fall. The trees stand alone without any leaves. Just like whenever old age comes, all disappear, all just vanish, all dislike to meet, dislike to have a sharing, dislike to have a conversation, all just rather so to say called dissatisfied on others, and nobody comes forward to have a pleasant conversation, to have a pleasant sharing with others. So the same thing also happens in case of me. When I remember all the friends so linked together, I had many friends. I had seen many friends. Many friends prior to that were coming, sitting with me and discussing regarding their own activities. I have seen around me fall, but now just what do I know? I know that, or I see that they are no more coming. They are no more interested. They are no more taking intense interest to come and sit beside me and just to have a chat. I have seen around me all like leaves in wintry weather, just like when winter arrives, the leaves start falling down to the ground. The trees stand alone, as if no one is there to support him. I feel like one. Here the poet speaks, now I am alone. No one is there to stand by me, to take care of me, to think about me, to pine for me, to cry for me. I am alone, alone and alone. Sitting alone, thinking alone, doing all my activities alone. Nobody is there to just pat me or speak anything in favor of me. Who treads alone means moving alone. Now I am just moving alone. Prior to that, many friends are there coming with me, accompanying me. But nowadays, nobody is there to accompany. Rather, I am alone. I feel myself alone, lonely, isolate. Some banquet hall deserted. Just like banquet hall means a formal meal for a large number of people, usually on a special occasion. Means suppose a feast is going to be held, many people are invited. Just they come and meet each other at that particular place and go on making merriments. So at that time, who trades alone, some banquet hall deserted. But now that no one is there in that banquet hall. Though prior to that, many people were there. They were dancing, singing, and making different types of merriments. It was dazzling or shining with different types of lights. But nowadays, everything has been disappeared. Whose lights are played, the lights gone. Whose garlands dead, garlands. Whenever people invite some guests, so the hosts, usually I just invite the guests, giving them different types of garlands or other type of gifts. But now what I feel, nothing is there. Everything past, everything gone, everything has become dead, disappeared, vanished. Lights are played, whose garlands dead, and all but he departed. But no one is there now except me. Now only I am in that banquet hall, moving here and there, as if no one is there to support me, to help me, to assist me, or to pat me back, to give me solace and consolation. So I completely feel myself as alone and lonely at that place. How time and tide were for none. With the passage of time, everything is changing, and also my activities are changing. Thus, in the stilly night, a slumber's chain has bound me. Shared memory brings the light of other days around me. So, in this calm and quiet night, a slumber's chain, when I am going to sleep, before that, all my previous memories, that fond memories as well as shared memories, haunt my mind, and I never get a scope to have a sound and beautiful sleep. All the time I just go on pondering over the matter, and at least feel bored, and sleep never comes, and I feel myself in a very raised and desperate condition. That's all about. Now just I am going to take note of the meanings of these difficult lines. it is all about the simplest expressions of these difficult lines of the present poem after in the Starry Night. The concluding lines. And just I am going to make one stand. When I remember all the friends strolling together, I have seen around me all, like leaves in wintry weather, I feel like one who treads. कवि कहते मुझे पूर्वर स्मृति बेले बेले जो समय पाए मुझे मन पकाए whenever I feel alone, no one is there to share with me on anything. I simply just recollect or remind of my past memories of both that fond memories as well as shared memories of my boyhood and youth times. When I remember all, जो सब कथा मन पकाए केते सेतले सांग मान सहित मिसुथिली करे जाउथिली सांग मान सहित बोलुथिली केमिति माने छोट बेले नाचुथिली खेलुथिली सांग मान सहित विभिन्न जगह जाई खाना पीना करूथिली स्कूल जुट होथिली सार विरक्त होथिले एवं मते मते सारे बाडुथिले कि मारुथिले कि केमिति बयस थिला बेले यूथ टाइम रे विभिन्न मान पिला मान सहित सब विभिन्न काम रे लिप्त रहउथिली एवं गोटे प्रेमर मध्य पढ़ी गोटे झील सहित प्रेमर पढ़ी ना लीना से केमी मत तार प्रेमर आवेदन करूला मुझे मो हृदय सब कथा तागे ही वर्णना करूली कि बर्तमान आउ से समय ना से प्रेम चली जाए से आखिर चाहाणी भी आना से लीना लाइना लाइना सी भी आना चली जाए केमी बर्तमान दुख चली आसी हाउ फॉर्च्यून हैज डिसफेवर्ड मी Fortune takes away everything from me, my love, my boyhood, merrymaking and everything, pleasant activities, everything has been disappeared. से बर्तमान ए लाइन कवि कहते when I remember ये मुझे बेले बेले समय पाए मन पकाए the friends so linked together जो सांग मैंने मो सहित जोड़ी every day those who are coming in contact with me, those who are directly related to me, so just I think of or I remind of them or remind these friends or recollect the ideas that I derive or I just get from them. I have seen around me all किंतु वर्तमान मुझे देखुची जो सांग मैंने आगु थे एते मजा थट्टा आनंद करुले एते काम आम मिलमिशी समस्ते करूँ एते कार्य बर्तमान सांग मैंने ना सब चली जा दूरे जाइए लाइक लीव्स इन विंटर वेदर जिते जमीक शीत दिन आसिले देखुए मैंने गछ जमी पत्र छड़ा जी पत्र मैंने धीरे धीरे गछ सब झड़ी जाती गछटी सेमती एकुटिया सेमती छड़ा सते जमी गछ सांगे आ कई साथी नहांती सेमती बर्तमान मो सांगे आ कई साथी नहांती I never find any of my relatives near and dear ones or my most bosom friends to whom I call my confidants. They are no more with me now. Whether it may be out of satisfaction or dissatisfaction, out of pain and pleasure, just what I can say, but I never get scope to meet them all the time as I was getting the same scope previously and sharing everything previously, deriving pleasure, everything previously, but now everything is lagging behind. I have seen around me all fall like leaves in winter weather. I feel like one. बर्तमान मुझे एकुटिया हो जाइए सतै जमी गछ गुड़िक शीत दिन पत्र छड़ा दिखती पत्र आ न थाए गछ गुड़िक थुंटा एकुटिया छिड़ा होती कई गछ सहित न था बर्तमान मो सहित कई ना एकुटिया हो जाइए मो सहित कहीं साथ देवा कई कि मो दुख सुख समय जो सब सेयारिंग करूँ भावर आदान प्रदान सेमती कहीं ना हु ट्रेड्स अलोन some banquet hall deserted जमती गोटे banquet hall माने जोड़ी गोटे आमर माने आमे स्पेशल ऑकेजन जो आसे लोक मैंने गोटे बड़ हॉल भोजी करती कि मौज मौज पिकनिक करती गोटे जगार गोटे बड़ हॉल गोटे जगार जोटा कि मैंने समस्ते गैदरिंग होती एकत्रित होती और मजा मजलिस करती थटा मजा करती गीत बोलती डांस नाच करती एवं गोटे बड़ भोजी समस्ते आनंद भोजी खाई निज निज बाटर चली जाती बर्तमान से बैंक्वेट हॉल कवि कहते मुझे केवल एकुटिया ही अच्छी आउ कई से बड़ हॉल ले आमोद प्रमोद करुवा हॉल ले आउ कई बर्तमान सेठी नाहांती अभ्यर्थना गृह आम जोटा कहूँ अभ्यर्थना गृह से अभ्यर्थना गृह रे बर्तमान परित्यक्त abandoned it has become an abandoned hall previously all were there all were becoming extremely happy all were in a merry making mood dazzling lights some were dancing some were singing some were doing other activities deriving pleasure doing different types of activities but nowadays no one is there all have gone only I am alone moving around this deserted banquet hall lights are बर्तमान आउ लाइट नहीं से जो लाइट dazzling shining lights are there already in pleasure watching it these lights have disappeared gone cut up whose lights are flared whose garlands dead means माने आम जो गेस्ट मैंने आसती लोक मैंने सब कौन फुल माने पुष्पगुच्छ नहीं बेकर दिखती जस्ट दे गिव हैंड ओवर दिस गार्लैंड्स टू द गेस्ट्स द hosts or people are in charge just hand over these garlands to the guest and speak a lot in favor of them কিন্তু সেগুলো মধ্যে নাই বর্তমান সে গার্ল্যান্ড মধ্যে মরি যাইছে that is garlands or bouquets all these things have faded away have been withered सब मरी जाइए which garlands dead and all but he departed समस्ते चली जाइछन्ति here the poet speaks all have gone all have simply to say very simple all have left no one is there all have departed except me only I am present there only I am present there because all the time just I go on thinking my previous memories that fond memories as well as sad memories so now just I find some sad memories केमती आगुरी से बैंकेट हॉल रे एते लोक एकत्रित थिले नाचुथिले गीत गाउथिले मजा मजलिस करुथिले भोजी खाउथिले केते जिगजैग लाइट सब लागिथिला केते गार्लैंड माने आसी माने लोक माने गेस्ट मान को डाकी गार्लैंड दउथिले बर्तमान सब चली जाइछि केवल मुही एकुटिया से हॉल चारिपटे हॉल भितर बुलुछि पूर्वर स्मृति के मन पकई बर्तमान बुली चलीछि एंड ऑल बट ही डिपार्टेड thus in the stilly night तो ये जो stilly night means calm and quiet night where calmness prevails everywhere quietude prevails everywhere silence prevails everywhere there is pin drop silence everywhere no one is there to make a hue and cry all maintain silence all are in a silent state thus in the stilly night that slumber's chain has bound me सोया पूर्वरु जो मूत्र बा सोया पूर्वरु slumber's chain means here captivity बंदी माने मते मोर स्मृति गुड़िक मत बंदी कर दी कारण मत भल निद होनी जस्ट सोया पूर्व से मुंडे खाली आघात करुँच दे कम एंड नॉक माय डोर just like examination knocks at the door whenever examination mean the time of examination comes students seem very sad and unhappy they go on doing the same thing repeatedly in order to obtain good marks in their examination all the time they are seen busy in their study so here now also whenever night comes I just go to sleep show my past memories my previous memories means both fun as well as sad just knock my brain shrouds my spirit मोर आत्मा चारिपटे मोर शरीर चारिपटे मो सब अच्छा घोड़े जाती जमती मनुष्य मृत्यु पर जमी गोटे चादर घोड़े जाए चारिपट को द एंटायर बॉडी इज कवर्ड विथ सम क्लच प्रोटेक्ट सो सेमती शोवा पूर्व मो मनर भितर मोर जो स्मृतिर आशा गुड़िक सब घेरी ही रही जाती your slumber's chain has bound me sad memory brings the light से पुराना दिन कथा पुराना दिन स्मृति गुड़िक मो मानस पटरे सब घूरी भूलु था आउ सेमतिया दिन मु भावुँ केवे न आसू तेणु टाइम है परसेंटेज ऑफ अदर डेज अराउंड मी तेणु ये कवि कहते से दुखद स्मृति जदिव मत बहुत दुख देती मुझे आउ सेमतिया स्मृति प्रभु भगवान क्या न दिंतु कि भाया माने परिस्थिति अन्य क्या न पका अदर डेज अराउंड मी तेणु वर्तमान वी न्यू दैट how the poet at the very beginning was very happy, was very delighted and deriving pleasure coming in contact with his friends, that they are sharing everything, singing, dancing, making picnics and eating many delicious dishes, and how with the advent of youth fell in love with a girl, and how that girl loved him also very much. They shared everything, and also they are going just for a pleasure trip to outside for making merriments, and he has become extremely happy. He was always in a romantic mood, but whenever also, but with the passage of time, everything changed. The poet didn't get scope to come in contact with or come across his friends and also come across his beloved Laina. Everything has been withered or faded away with the passage of time, as time and tide wait for none. Then the poet again just goes on remembering the activities, the previous activities, the sweet memories of his that's present and past, and also he goes on thinking a lot about his beloved, how her life has been compared with the winter season, how whenever winter season comes or arrives, how the leaves just start falling on the ground. So here the poet also thinks that all my friends and relatives have gone, and I actually find no place or no time to meet with them again. So it's all about the simplest lines of these difficult expressions of the poem of In the Stilly Night.